ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
A very pleasant good morning to all the participants gathered here for the special lecture 12 series on innovation, development, and COVID-19 challenges, opportunities, and way forward. And that was a welcome music, which we call it as a Gayatri Mantra, which is a sacred chant to demonstrate the unity that underlies manifold in creation. It is through the recognition of this unity we can understand the multiplicity of the supreme nature of universal power. So with these pleasant music, I welcome all the participants and the chief guest of today's event, and I request Dr. Rajalakshmi ma'am to formally welcome the gathering and introduce the speaker, today's speaker. Ma'am, please.
Good morning to one and all gathered here. It's my pleasure for having an opportunity to welcome this gathering. First and foremost, I would like to welcome all participants. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our today's chief guest, Dr. Kalayarasi Sivaji, founder and CEO at Rimier Private Limited, Chennai. Welcome, ma'am. I also welcome the delegates of who have come from external institution to this event. My hearty welcome to the faculty members of the Department of Microbiology and the other department as well. My wholehearted welcome to aspiring student participants. Once again, I welcome you one and all present here. Now, let me introduce the speaker for today's session. It's my pleasure for having an opportunity to introduce our guest, Dr. Kalayarsi Sivaji, founder and CEO, Premier Private Limited, Chennai. She is an expert in nanotechnology. She has completed MTech in medical nanotechnology at Sastra Deemed University at Tanjavur, and also completed their Doctor of Philosophy, Molecular Studies of Nanoparticles of neurodegenerative disease conditions in zebrafish model at Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology at Chennai. So far, she has published 6 articles in reputed peer-reviewed national and international journals. And also her record, he has received grants as a principal investigator for a project on molecular studies. Once again, I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Rajalakshmi, for your kind words. And I thank Dr. Srinivasan sir also for giving me this opportunity. And I welcome you all for this session. So, can I share my screen?
Thank you, ma'am. This dais is yours. You can start presenting your views. Participants, kindly have a keen note on what the guest speaker is going to address. And at the end of the presentation, if you have any queries, you can very well open your mic, unmute your mic, and discuss with the speaker. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Great morning to everyone. And I'm Kalayarsi, founder of Premier Private Limited. Before going to the session, I thank the organizers, Health and Hygiene Club members, Rathinam College of Arts and Science Management and faculty for giving me this opportunity to connect with you all. Today, I'm happy to discuss about the innovation, development, and COVID, along with the challenges, opportunities, and future trends. COVID-19. We all know much about this. Yes, so relax. I will not go much into that. But I take this opportunity just to remind and request you to go for vaccination and to stay safe to avoid the third wave. Yeah, life has changed so much in this past 1.5 years, all with a single snap of COVID virus. No one would have imagined these conditions. But yes, with lots of hope, our earth is slowly healing from this pandemic. But there is another plague blocking and frightening us due to this pandemic lockdown. Yes, we are facing the severe economic crisis and downfall of global markets. So the startups and the small companies have emerged as the key drivers of economic growth and employment. Startups play a key role in global economics, but the COVID-19 crisis is reducing their creation, challenging their survival, and limiting their growth. But we must say that startups have continued to play a critical role for economics for many years. Some innovative companies have reacted fast and flexible in this pandemic and have been critically helping many countries shifting towards from digital for work from home options, online educations, and even health services. And also, they have provided innovations in medical goods and services too. Here is my story. I was looking for some research positions out of country, and this pandemic hit my dream. And I thought and I tried and waited thinking that it will soon get over, but it started to worse. That's the time we, with my friends, started our company. We took this pandemic as our opportunity to build our dream. But of course, several companies, small-scale industries are going through a lot of deep pitfalls. There are major common challenges we face in any pandemic situations. The crisis management. The crisis management can be effectively managed by adjusting the operational models and resources by narrowing down to municipalities or even cities areas in that. So this management through improving the purchase or social support or health protection through the citizen support, telecommunication and emergency reporting kiosk. Many of these are not only managed by government but also well served with startups. And the second is we would all come to know, like we would have received many links, Facebook groups, COVID information apps, etc. These are all communicative tools to enlighten and also to help the need and created by many of the startup companies. To gain the updated knowledge about COVID-19 in terms of measures taken worldwide and solutions managed throughout the worldwide, we have gathered many of the intelligent management systems that are offered by many startups. It helps to fight against COVID-19 based on the reports, health organization, scientific articles and clinical studies also. And managing the public sector works remotely, ensuring the quality standards and performance. The digital modernization has offered many strategies, puts the existing technologies which are easy to adapt in the immediate service for public. So this is where many of the startups started to rise themselves and start making money. Healthcare companies, it is worth mentioning, and they are rapidly adopting innovative technologies, policies and procedures to respond to the challenges we are witnessing right now. Of course, some startups struggle and some are improving their market and some are stagnant for time being. But when we closely conclude it, we could see that the very nature of the business has been challenged, but not their motto or in their visions. These startups that require a physical amount have been slowed down or stagnant, but their online mode of their business has benefited much from this unfortunate COVID. So these are some of the healthcare innovation development that has happened in this pandemic period. To mention some, like over the counter of COVID tests, like many tests have been arrived and still some of them are in the research. So the COVID test kits are very easily available now over the counter or in the medical shops itself. And this COVID is very new to everyone, not only for public and also for the medical professionals. So to tackle it, many of us are struggling, and with the help of AI, it is a kind of ease to put forward the trends, and we can predict some of the upcoming things with real-time human data, patient data. And to mention, there are low cost but high quality ventilators, portable print production for the PPE kits, and then 3D printing of masks, sanitizing tunnels, etc. Everything is getting upgraded in this pandemic. And to mention that battery operated RT-PCR machines, and then the wash machines like sanitizer dispensers using the foot pedal. These are some of the innovative methods that has been arrived in this market. But I want to mention here, these are like from the startups. Many of the startups have been improving the already existing things. And see-through face masks, picture printed face masks, and some robots to help the frontline workers and design. And in some areas, I could see like many of the startups are offering some server-based or cloud-based support to the doctors. Yeah.
One slide is not changing.
Yeah. So can we continue?
Yes,
So the server or the cloud-based support, these cloud-based supports are helping the medical professionals to store and then modify the data when there is no internet access available. And to mention some few innovations that has happened during this pandemic. These are not existing and improvised, but these are some new innovation worth mentioning. The mask with copper nanoparticle technology that can kill 99% of COVID-19 viruses, and a PPE kit where has a label that will indicate us the usage so that we can responsibly use it so that it won't be worn for too long or thrown away too quickly. These face masks, and the drone that sanitize the public places, and open source ventilator at affordable price. Nowadays ventilator was very limited. But some startups came into this action that they can produce ventilators, and some startups have combined the passage of this air to two beds. Like the single ventilator can be used for 2 or 3 persons like that. So these many innovations are happening in the medical field only through the startups. And you mentioned the PPE kit air cooler, which gives a relief for the medical professionals who are wearing for a long period of time, and the food packet delivering robots in abroad countries worldwide. And this one has taken my attention, like the cardboard beds and the foldable isolation beds. These are from the startup. They are manufacturing some furnitures, but these have come in help and handy for the bed availability, and then it has given many of the beds for the government hospitals and other camps, COVID camps, and medical kiosk unit to carry the multiple setup for the space reduction here. And this is like the self-test COVID kit that can be used at home, and also the portable refrigerator for carrying vaccine to the rural areas. This COVID pandemic has significantly expanded the scope of the possible problems to solve, and also constrained the resources available. Yet, some startups have embraced the uncertainty and used the emergency creativity, and ultimately they developed breakthrough solutions which have been helping right now. So one of the major breakthrough solution that has been created by our Indian many of the companies is vaccination. So the COVID vaccine development has happened in past 1 year, and it is revolutionizing the world now. The vaccines are prevent the infectious diseases, like the already existing vaccines like measles, polio, hepatitis B, influenza, etc. And they are creating the immunity against a large number of populations, so that the herd immunity is achieved in the whole world. So these are the kind of vaccines that has been developed for tackling the COVID, like the attenuated live virus, and then whole inactivated virus, mRNA based virus, recombinant and protein subunit based, like that. So there are several steps in the vaccine development. So in any vaccine development or even drug development, the first step is the preclinical studies, where the animals are tested with the formulations. So after the successful development, then the clinical trials involving the human is separated into 3 columns: phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 processes. In the phase 4 processes, I could see like managing this post-market surveillance is happening. So these are like the 3 stages where the phase 1 healthy volunteers are approaching, and then phase 2 several hundred volunteers are approaching. In phase 3 also some 1,000+ volunteers are tested in that. After that, the vaccine is approved, and then they were monitoring this vaccine effects throughout for a chronic period of time. Excuse me, is the slide changing now?
It's not changed. Okay.
So this is the traditional vaccine development timeline. It takes around 7 to 10 years to completely finish the 3 phases of this studies and then go for marketing. So now our COVID vaccines are in the accelerated vaccine development stage that has happened within 1 year. All the 3 phases have been completed and then approved and go for marketing and other phase 4 observational studies. So we are proud we are having 2 vaccines that are first developed by Bharat Biotech company as well as the Serum Institute of India now. So there are some vaccine challenges facing in our country like India. Like most of the people are saying that they would receive, they will not go for vaccination because of some false informations that is surrounding in the social media. And they are much of not aware of the things like what will be the side effects or whether it will work or whether I can get the reinfection or is it safe. Like these many questions are putting the public to hesitate go for vaccination. So we are in need to overcome these challenges by making them for acceptance so that we can achieve the herd immunity, so that we can easily tackle and get over from the COVID pandemic. So this involves healthcare professionals as well as many of the educational institutions and the startups who are working together to make awareness for these things. So what is happening after post-COVID pandemic? So let's hope everyone is getting vaccinated and the herd immunity is achieved. So what will happen after post-COVID? Because we are severely affected with economic crisis right now. So what will happening with the employment? Crises are relevant opportunities for startups and they are considered as heightened reconstructing times that ultimately lead to stronger and more resilient economy. The post-COVID employment requires knowledge and update with recent techs, innovative idea on completing task, versatility, and proactive approach, multitasking, and mainly this employment is flourishing in healthcare industry. So it's very much essential to get ourselves ready with needed skills. Leveraging innovation in a post-COVID times are necessary to come up with new designs and solutions to release from long-term impact of this pandemic. Yes, necessity for innovation is driving for innovation now. For a highly populated country like India, and also being one of the toppest GDP generation, innovation is needed in every sector of companies. So the technology and digitization has taken over already. Still low technology, low tech industries are also expanding and they are using new technologies nowadays after this pandemic. For example, waste disposal and management will use a high-tech in high-end technologies after post-COVID days. So already the data and knowledge is shared much and the people are using to understand them. A year before, other than a boy person or a medical related person, most of the people other than these people won't know how the vaccination works. But now due to the knowledge and availability of this information, everyone gets to have the sharing of knowledge to have a greater impact. And also the availability of information and resources have been modified using the recent tech, and common man can have the access to multiple information and products. This pandemic and technology has brought much in the to overcome this pandemic observations. So now the world is stressed more because of this sustainable development issues. We are facing a lot of sustainable related questions nowadays, like whether we can do our things by ourselves, whether we have to depend on raw materials for other countries and everything, for even for vaccination and other medical equipment manufacturings. So restrictions have been taken off worldwide to make the country sustainably stable on the development. Some new laws and commitments are enforced during this pandemic, and most of the governments in the worldwide have discovered a much growth on the sustainable development when they are lifting off some restrictions. So what are the top 8 startup sectors that will be flourishing post-COVID timeline? The first is the healthcare and wellness company. As the healthcare industry begins the dynamic journey, I believe with the early stage companies that are starting right now, they have a great opportunity, like a once in a generation opportunity to grab and then to shape their future. And also To mention the edtech companies like Byju's, Vedanta have become alternatives of conventional teaching and learning. And the next is the financial tech entities, and these are becoming the hope to overcome this economic crisis, both for individuals as well as many of the enterprises. The SaaS application and remote working tools, they facilitate the outgoing projects and the pace roadmap for the future endeavors to a great extent. With national lockdown imposed in many countries, the e-commerce and the delivery-based sectors are booming at a large pace. Even people who are defined from ordering the, utilities from the online e-commerce websites are now adapting to procure their day-to-day needs from these online e-commerce sites. So with the bans and restrictions on movie theaters or gamings and other amusement related things, these OTT platforms and the online gaming world has come into this picture and to fill the gaps.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Some slide change. It's not changing.
Yeah, fine, okay. The another major sector is the pharma, life science, and pathology sector. There is evident growth in that market. Like many of the people are now aware of the health medications and facilities, and they are much concerned about their health maintaining and wellness. So the pharma and pathology lab is one of the things that is in rise. And the startups and small and micro enterprises, even corporate bodies are looking forward to cost cut so that can easily tackle this crisis. And then they are going for office space hubs instead of conventional building parks. So these 8 startup sectors would be like in boom post-COVID pandemic. So yes, we need the startup wave. It is quite interesting and encouraging that both medical as well as the non-medical industries also give awareness to the general public on importance of science and need for the investment in research and development. And Government of India has already realized the importance of this research and then translational research towards the economic growth. And they are having schemes like Startup India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and Atal Labs. They are much to be appreciated. And in addition to that, academics, there is a considerable amount of intellectual capital present in a classroom, I guess. They can contribute much to the entrepreneurship opportunities and the economical development. There is no doubt that many of the educational institutes are evolving with not just academic focus, but also with a research focus and also having a business opportunities. My experience have been like the entrepreneurs want a community so that they can reach out for advice or guidance, or mainly to have a conversation that they are facing with themselves. Many so that the colleges or the institutions, they can have a establish entrepreneurship community just like the other alumni association, so that they can reach out and then make things possible. It's like a networking thing. And I encourage everyone to look for this entrepreneurship thing to benefit both ourselves as well as the country. And also, I would like to request and then take this opportunity so that I can address much of the gathering here to slowly rely on the authentic websites and the medical professionals for information regarding the COVID, because it is changing. The COVID regulations and the rules are changing every day as it gets mutated much. And so this is just a hint about my company. 3Mere Private Limited. Just we have started in this last year, and it was like 3 doctoral researchers we ourselves have developed, and our company is focusing mainly on diagnostic product development for women, especially who are suffering from hormonal imbalance issues. So we are in the research stage and then getting funds from the government, and it is very new for me. Like all the colleagues with myself are from the research background, so we were not a single percentage of awareness to this business world. But we started, and we are step by step moving upwards. So I encourage everyone on this session here to look for the entrepreneurial opportunities to build your idea and dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. That was a vivid presentation on the innovation and how to bring in students into startups during the current pandemic situation. I hope students would have got an information on how, on an idea on how these innovations and startups can be merged, and how they could process further and get into such activities, and they can even decide their career path in becoming an entrepreneur in the future.
Yes.
And, thank you for briefing them about the possibilities and avenues available in the current situation, and how positively to utilize it for the future. So participants, if you have any queries, you can very well go ahead and ask. We have an young entrepreneur here with us today. So before becoming an entrepreneur, becoming a startup, she would have faced problems and certain hurdles which she would have overcome personally. So from that you could learn certain information, and you can get a guidance, and you yourself can become an individual, independent startup entrepreneur, because the future is not on the job prospects, it is on the employee. It is rather than being an employee from becoming an employer. So that is it. That's it's going to be. So please discuss. If you have any queries, you can either post on the chat box or open your mic and speak. Well, thank you, Rajarajan, for your comment. He has mentioned as new dimensional talk, very informative session. Thank you. Is there any other queries? Well, ma'am, my own personal request to you, could you brief any one of the problems you faced, which prevented you from becoming the startup, and how you did overcome it?
Yeah, it is just a 1 year journey that we have crossed now. So first of all, we are from the research background. We don't know anything about a single word, a company, a definition for the company itself. We're not aware of that. But we strongly believe that we have, I hope that the research field people, or even the bio-related people, have the mentality to overcome or to adapt any kind of environment. So with that courage only we step into this, and then we have learned everything by things, because we don't have any mentors or even friends that are from the startups. We learned everything by reading, and then we just get some friends' help to register this company as a legal formity entity, and then we didn't face much of the problems like in a technical side. We faced much of the problems in the business oriented, like how to tackle the investors, or how to attract the funders so that we can get funds. So these kind of things only were threatening us. But I would say, like, we would have written so many project proposals and other projects to the government funding bodies and other even in our college days, etc. So with these things have helped much to write proposals for the government funding, and we have got some amount from the government as a funding. So I would say there is no much of threat available, and if you have the hope, you can jump into that and then get your things done by them.
Now, being an undergraduate, after a BSc or BSc degree or BCom degree, whatever, everybody wants to become a startup. So for an undergraduate, especially who belongs to a life science domain, what would be your suggestion for a successful initiative? What would
Yeah, I would say they are having much scope than the postgraduate people, because even after coming into this field, I get to realize, like, these bachelor degree people or undergraduate people have much of their time left, because after graduating and then after completing the doctoral studies, it takes much of time, and we have it seems like we have wasted a lot of time. And startups and small companies are booming right now. So if they jump into this, because there is no qualification needed or experience needed, just their idea and having their confidence, that two things are enough, so that they have enough time to struggle and then learn, and then struggle and learn to reach their heights. So I would say the undergraduate have more opportunity for the starting a startup and being an entrepreneur.
So the only thing is they need to boldly take up the path and
Yes, sure, yeah.
proceed further. So, participants, please understand that innovation is important for startups, and because it simply gives you an edge over the competition and helps you become a successful entrepreneur, and it will enable you to sustain your business as well. And it will help you to surmount all kind of challenges. So please make sure you think different. Even it might be silly. You would think it would be silly, but
Yes.
when it is brought into a discussion, or when you bring it into a limelight with an expert or any other peer member, then it will become a grand success. You might not know, but please focus on each and every thought which comes to your mind, and first of all, try to write it down before when and there, as and when you get an information or an idea, just write it down. Who knows, one day it will boom into a big startup business. Any queries from the participant side? Yes, please don't hesitate. I suppose as of now we would not be having anything. Maybe in future, if you get any doubts, or if you need any guidance or clarification, you can contact
Yeah,
the
I will share my mail ID also
yeah,
here.
sure, ma'am. You
Yeah.
can share it on the chat box. Yeah, you have the email ID of speaker today. You can mail her and get the information. So, thank you, ma'am. Once again, I thank all the participants for being here with us today, and especially a special thanks to Dr. Kalersi ma'am for being here amongst her schedule and accepting her request and presenting her views. So thank you for being with us here today. We are expecting to meet most of you in our next session. Thank you all. Please wait while we share the feedback form for your submission.